It's time to prepare for tomorrow's colonoscopy. Today, I cannot have any solids. No solids. I could not have cream in my coffee. I am half iffy if I will even share this, but I thought, what the heck, I'll record and see what happens. Right now, I'm just making sure I stay hydrated every hour. They said every waking hour have 8 ounces of liquids. It can be anything from soda pop, which I'm not drinking right now, water, tea, coffee, no creamer, juice, like clear juices, just nothing red, blue. No, blue's okay. Nothing red, purple, or orange. So here we go. And I thought, heck, I'll record the process and see how it goes. Maybe this will be something someone would be like, hey, I have a colonoscopy coming up. What's it like? So maybe I can be the one to let you know. I'm drinking my water. I think I'll keep myself occupied today. Maybe I'll watch a movie, make some buttons. Who knows? It's a rainy day. It is 12:30, lunchtime. So what I'm having is some bone broth. And it's kind of cozy because it's a gray, rainy day here. Not currently raining, but it's gray. And it's kind of cozy. I am starving. I know that sounds silly. I love food so much. And to not eat and to just know you can't eat. It's like, am I hungry because I know I can't eat? Because sometimes I go till noon and I don't even eat. So I don't know. It's actually feels cozy. And I have 2 more boxes of bone broth that I can go through during this. I don't start the actual cleanse part until 3 p.m. And then I take my first combination of laxatives and then we see what happens. I know for sure I'll feel much lighter after all of this. I already feel like since I've been making different choices after my physical that I feel like I could be changing. I don't weigh myself because I don't like to do that because honestly, I know it's not about numbers, but sometimes when I see a certain number, it brings me down. So what I have noticed though is that my jeans, I'll tell you, size 14, are feeling a little bit more roomy. And I like the way that feels. And that also motivates me. It motivates me to keep going. So having that little bit of extra room in my pants. So sometimes I may not feel like a walk at night and Rich will be like, let's go for a walk. And it'll be late. Sometimes it gets late and I'll be like, it's too late. But now I'm like, yep, let's go for a walk. Let's do this because with consistency, I'm noticing things are changing. Also, what walking has done for me in the evening after dinner is I'm not having as much heartburn. Oh, hey, microphone there. I'm not having as much heartburn. I would struggle with that a lot in the past. And I'm noticing, well, okay, A, we're eating a little bit earlier, and B, we're walking after dinner, and it really does and has made a difference. So right now, I am trying to keep myself busy so that I don't think about food, but yet I'm thinking about food. And I'm cutting out things for buttons. You know me and buttons. Let me show you. I'll show you what I'm doing. Let's put a little different angle on this. This is my buttons that I've been working on, trying to keep myself occupied. This is what I'm doing, you know? Still addicted to the button making thing. All right. It is 3 o'clock. It's time to begin. And the first thing I do, you know what I did? I wrote everything down because I don't have printer with printer ink. So I wrote everything down. I need to get my water. These are the 2 laxatives. It's this. They are tiny, tiny pills, but maybe mighty. Here we go. It says take 2 laxatives with 8 ounces of clear liquid. And then I'll be back at 4 p.m. I wanted to share a little helpful hint. What has helped me in this process is when I went through and read the directions like 15 times over, because I don't have a printer, so I wrote them out. And that's paper here. And I went into my phone at that time and I set timers of when all this stuff is supposed to occur so that I don't get, sometimes I get a little preoccupied with things and then I don't even know what time it is. So it was very crucial that I set timers for myself. So the first timer went off and I showed you the 2 tiny little pills that were blurry. Thank you for understanding. And it has been how many minutes? 20 minutes. I don't feel anything yet. I don't feel anything, no action going on yet. But in about 40 minutes will be stage 2. And it seems a bit more intense. We'll see that next. And in the meantime, I've written a letter. I've been watching YouTube. I made all the buttons, every single button. I made them all. Yep, it was super fun. And just been enjoying the view out the window. I see a dog out there now. 2 people and their dog. And so far, not bad. Haven't eaten anything, but I'm surviving. I'm managing. I thought I'd show you where I'm going to be spending some time. I left the Christmas lights in here, and I think that's going to be nice, a nice little touch. Heck, maybe I'll take a nice little warm bubble bath. Just make a time of it in here in this beautiful space. Guess what time it is? It is time for stage 2. And it involves Gatorade, which I hate. I know, I've heard it used to be way worse with some other mixture people had to drink, but I do not like Gatorade, and you cannot do orange, red, or purple. So I got blue, and I've already diluted it because when I talked to the person on the phone who went over my, whatever they call you and they talk about a bunch of stuff. And I said, what about blue Gatorade? And they said, well, maybe dilute it a little bit. So I poured some of it out into this, put water into the rest. And so basically the next stage is drinking 28 ounces. So I'm going to pour it into here. So I have room to mix this Miralax inside. And it says you need 8 capfuls of Miralax with 28 ounces of Gatorade or any kind of electrolyte situation. So here is 1. This is crazy. 2, 4, halfway there. 7, and oh my, 8. Okay. Oh, it didn't overflow, but almost. It is at the brim of the jar. Let me get a mixer, otherwise known as a spoon. Oh boy. Oh wow. Okay, let me just do this. I don't think you could see that, but I had to sip some off the top. Actually, it's not that bad. The Gatorade isn't as bad as I thought. So I'm mixing this around, and then it says to drink 8 to 10 ounces at a time every 15 minutes. All right, do I set my timer for this? And then after 1 hour, I add in a Gas X. Here we go. So what is 8 to 10 ounces if this is 28? Want to watch me drink this? Oh, wow. Okay. It's gritty, and there's a lot of stuff in there. It's almost turned into gel. Wow, that's crazy sauce. Tastes almost gel-like. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do this again at 7 o'clock at night and then again at 4 a.m. in the morning tomorrow. Wow. I think this is where the crazy stuff starts happening because those 2 laxatives didn't do anything to me. Okay. All right, so I'm going to continue drinking. I talked to Motorcycle Man on the phone. He's still at work, and he's like, how's everything going? I was like, nothing's going yet. And then I said, but you know what? It's not going to be a big deal. And he said, really? What makes you different from everyone else? And I said, my attitude, of course. And he just laughed, and he's like, we'll see how it goes. So I'll be honest with you. I will be honest. I'm not going to sugarcoat this. Watch this. Wait. Yeah, I thought I had a burp. Not bad. Okay. I'll keep you updated. I'm going to wrap up this colonoscopy video. It's actually Monday. I got the procedure done Friday. I had an amazing weekend. Didn't mess up anything to do with my weekend plans. I'm really actually loving this Tuesday, Thursday upload thing. I was wearing myself ragged making videos almost every day, and that then creates, which I love, a lot of interaction in the comments, but a lot of time. And here I want to be creating, not the cup you usually see, but it's in the dishwasher. I love to be creating, connecting, experiencing life. And when I'm videotaping and filming and editing and answering comments, because I'm putting videos up almost every day, then my life becomes YouTube. And I want my life to be more than YouTube. So Tuesdays and Thursdays is working amazing for me, but I want to wrap up the colonoscopy talk just in case anyone is wondering how my experience went, but I'm realizing everyone's experience is different. So I'm trying to think where I left off. I think I left off in this last video because this last week I was on my round 2 of taking the stuff you drink, and I had decided to slip into the bathtub too. I know it sounds weird, but I feel like bathtubs just make everything better. But before I get there, I wanted to tell you I took my first dose, which was the 2 laxatives at 3 p.m. And then at 4 p.m., I took the first drink mixture with the Gas X. And I kept waiting and waiting, like, when is this going to kick in? Okay, because I started at 3. So when I got my first rumblings, I'll just say the rumblings in the stomach, it was, and I wrote it down really fast because I'm like, oh, I think I feel something. That started at 5:39. So I took my first dose at 3, 4, 5. So 2.5 hours later is when it started kicking in. So I got to the bathroom, first bathroom trip, 5:39. And it was just, pretty like if you were to just, diarrhea, I'll call it. Okay, let's call it what it is. And after that, it was never that again. It was like nothing I've ever have experienced. I was awoken. It was a rude awakening. I was like, what is going on with my body? Okay, because after that first initial, everything after that, T was right, was like Niagara Falls. It was literal water coming out, no effort whatsoever, ever. It was just like that. No joke. And you could not control it. And you had to get to the bathroom as fast as possible. So this is how it went for me. My second dose of drinking was harder. I got a little nauseous. I was like, this is too much liquid to be drinking. I felt, bleh. So I did soak in the tub a little bit with bubbles, and then I got out, and then I got dressed, and then I just sat. I just sat on the toilet. I sat on the toilet for, I don't know, it felt like a couple hours. That sounds so weird, but I just wanted to be there and be ready. And then I thought, I'm exhausted. Okay, I know I have to drink this solution again at 4 a.m, and this is crazy. So I did, our bedroom is very near the bathroom upstairs. We don't have an ensuite, but we do have a bathroom just right in the little hallway there. So I laid in bed, and every time I felt, you could feel it coming. I'll just call it a burning sensation at the back end. That's how it felt for me. And I was like, oh, it's time again. And then I'd run into the bathroom, sit down, and okay. So they want it to be a certain color. They want it to be like a very clear, light yellow color. You know what? I wrote it down. By 1:30 a.m., it was clear. And I thought, why on earth do I have to take another dose? It's already clear. But then, I don't know. Then I got on my phone. I was like, do you have to take the last dose? Because I'm already thinking, like, how am I going to even drive to the place if this is happening? So everything I read said, you must do it all. So I was like, all right. So literally until 3 a.m, bathroom. So then at 3, I'm feeling like, oh, I think it's easing up. But then I knew I had to drink another dose at 4. So I'm like, oh, wow, I get a little hour rest here. And so I did, and I set my alarm, got up at 4, drank my other solution, easy peasy. By then it was like, no big deal. I drank it, took my Gas-X, went back to bed. And then I just went a couple more times before the procedure. Then the procedure is like, no big deal. Get in there, ask you a few questions, to make sure you're ready. I was ready. I knew I was ready. I was cleaned out. It was clear for hours. And then they put you under. They were also nice in there. They were talking about nachos, though. And the doctor said, oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about food because you can't, I hadn't eaten anything. And I just, by then, I wasn't even hungry. I don't know what happens, but I was not hungry. I was fine. Procedure done. Wheel me into recovery. My eyes wake up. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Rich comes in. He's ready to videotape some action of me being loopy. Didn't happen because I think being a redhead has all to do with this whole anesthesia stuff. I was fine. And he was disappointed again, but that's okay. And then I heard a lot of people that I talked to that had these procedures wanted to go to breakfast after. So I just wanted to make it part of the tradition. Wasn't really hungry, but I was like, let's go to breakfast. So we went to Hungry Bear or Black Bear Diner. Some bear diner. Anyway, we went there. I got biscuits and gravy, bacon, eggs, potatoes. Biggest biscuits I've ever seen in my entire life. I was like, are you kidding me? Couldn't eat them all. Had my coffee. Then a lot of people told me they got exhausted after. They just wanted to sleep. It was the best sleep they'd ever had in their entire life. I wasn't tired. It was just like another day. So I just went on with my day. I talked to my mom on the phone. I did what I do. The procedure was easy peasy. The recovery was a piece of cake. The prep was, of course, not the most fun part, but doable, very doable. And turns out they want to see me another 7 to 10 years. And I had a great time. No, that's not the right word. Why am I saying that? But my attitude, I don't know if my attitude made it better, but it was no big deal. And should I dance it out? I'm going to dance, and I will see you on Thursday.
I'm gonna dance by myself like nobody's watching. Don't really care if my rhythm's off, 'cause I'm gonna dance like nobody's watching me.
day. How can I make this more exciting than saying, and then, and next? Okay. I just totally am lost.